Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with my blind reaction first impression to Murder Drones. So this is a first impression for those who don't know, for those who may be new to the channel. What that means is I'm going to check out the first episode today and give it my initial thoughts. And then I'm going to determine whether or not I want to react to this series, watch it on my own time, or drop it. It's going to be dependent on the first episode. That's what a first impressions reaction is for this channel. This is not like a donation reward or anything. This is something I'm choosing to do. And I'm choosing to do it because of the recent release of The Amazing Digital Circus, which is by the same group as this, Glitch Productions. Glitch Productions put out Murder Drones first, and it seems to, from what I can tell, have the same release type of schedule as Hell of a Boss. In other words, they put up like an episode every few months or so, whenever they can, like, you know, finish putting one up. And people are really enjoying this. I've seen a number of other reactors that I follow checking this series out, and I always kind of thought, like, maybe someone will request this of me as a reward, as a donation reward, but no one ever has. So I'm deciding, after I saw The Amazing Digital Circus, decided to check that out. I'm like, this is really good. Like, maybe not the best pilot I've seen, but really good nonetheless. And so it's like, it got me thinking, maybe Murder Drones is too. I don't know anything about this at all. I think I've kind of seen, like, I guess a character design, which is just like a robot character or whatnot. Kind of looks like Ashley 2 from Black Mirror. If you've ever seen Black Mirror and know who Ashley 2 is, little robot companion character voiced by Miley Cyrus. Though Miley Cyrus herself is actually in the episode too. Fun episode. Black Mirror is just a fun series. But yeah, this is very, very interesting. Just from the hype it's gotten. Because it's not like excessive hype. It's not like Has Been Hotel levels of hype or Hell of a Boss. But it's gotten enough hype to where, again, everyone's kind of reacting to it. I keep seeing all these reactions like pop up in my recommended feed, and it's like, I guess it's just like, okay, I think I should probably check this out. So that's what we're doing today. Like I said, I don't know anything about this. I don't know, like, any voice actors that are in it. I don't know what it looks like in motion, I guess. Because, again, I've seen, like, just still images, I guess, of the characters. Or I don't even know if I've seen multiple characters. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to check it out. The title Murder Drones is, like, very basic, I guess. It's like, okay, robotic drones, murder. Is that what they're built for? Is that what they do? Like, it doesn't give me enough info to really make a strong guess on anything. Honestly, it sounds like it's a lot more serious of a show, but it's probably not. It's probably more in the range of, like, these adult animated pilots that we're seeing a lot of on YouTube lately. It's probably something similar to that. To the stuff like Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, and Digital Circus, and Lackadaisy, and all those. But at the same time, I don't know. It could be more serious. It could be more intense and more, like, I don't know, murder heavy. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to check it out. We're doing first impressions today. Like I said, if I end up liking it, maybe we'll continue to do it as a series. Depends on how much I like it. Depend on if I feel like it would be good for reactions, or if it would be better watched on my own time. Like I said before, it kind of runs by the same schedule as Hell of a Boss, from what I can tell. I think there's like 6 or 7 episodes currently out. Um, though the big difference from Hell of a Boss is that the pilot is the first episode. Unlike with Hell of a Boss, where the pilot and episode 1 are separate. In this case, the pilot is the first episode as well. So if I did react to this, I'm not sure how I would do it. Because, like, would I count that as like a scheduled series? Because that would be hard to do once I caught up. It would be near impossible to do. Until then, probably would be fine. But when I caught up, and if there's not that many episodes, it would be very quick and easy to catch up. So maybe it would just be like one of those things where it's like, oh, when I get the time, I'll do an episode of this as well. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I might not even want to continue it, or continue it, like, as a reaction series. I might want to watch it on my own time. I don't know yet. Let's find out. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I had to go back and watch the beginning monologue again, and actually look shit up, because I got really fucking confused about something there at the end. And the fact that I had to do both just to realize what was going on means that the exposition at the beginning could have been a little more clear. So the worker drones are mining these exoplanets. That is said. But Uzi, in that opening monologue, basically says that humans wiped themselves out completely. And that's contradicted later in the episode when it's like they want to go to Earth, which I missed the exoplanet thing, so I didn't realize they weren't on Earth, but they want to go to Earth and like kill the humans there and everything, and it's like, wait. I was really confused because it's like, wait, aren't all the humans dead? Didn't it say the humans wiped themselves out? I had to go look it up because it's like, it still wasn't entirely clear after rewatching the opening. And it's like, okay, so all the humans on this exoplanet wiped themselves out. There is basically this apocalyptic event where they blew themselves up, and the planet, all that remain on that exoplanet, all that remains is the worker drones and the murder drones that were sent there to take care of them. Since the worker drones had went against their programming and were no longer working on anything but, trying to, like, have their own lives and shit. So they're not on Earth. The humans on Earth presumably are fine. Earth is presumably as we know it. That was not made clear. The way Uzi said all of that made it sound like all of humanity was wiped out. That is what was implied by the phrasing of that initial exposition. I had to look this up on Wikipedia just to find out what the truth was. And I didn't look up any spoilers or anything, so don't worry about that. But the fact that I had to look that up is not really the best in terms of, like, explanation in this series. It's like you're trying to explain the world and, like, exposit the main core, like, setup for this entire series, but it doesn't actually properly do so. Um, Now, continuing on with some, I guess you could say, negatives I had with this. The pacing of this was really slow, or at least it felt that way. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if it was like just me not getting into it as much. I found myself like checking the time multiple times. There was a point where we were halfway through and I thought it was all the way done. This is 26 minutes according to this. Just about 27, I guess, if like you include the credits and everything or whatnot. Um, we were halfway through the episode. I checked the time. It's like, wait, we're still only halfway through the episode. It's it felt so slow, and it's just like I was left kind of bored at a couple points. Some of the action is also slow, like during the fights. It's like some of the movements just feel a little weirdly slow. Um, it's not all of it. It's like maybe like less than half still, but some of the movements just feel like they're going way too slow for like what these robots should how they should be moving, I guess. And some of that could come down to maybe the animation just isn't perfected yet, so I'm not like too terribly upset about that. But it is something I noticed. Um, I don't entirely understand how these robots work because it talks about like growing up and hormones and shit, but they're robots. They don't grow up. They don't have hormones. That's just not a thing. I assume they're supposed to be like emulating humans, but like then is just Uzi like emulating like an angsty teenager and is not actually like this, is just pretending to be like this? I don't know. It makes the personalities of these characters feel off to me. When like the idea of like them having these personalities feels kind of questionable because it's like I have no issue with like robotic characters having personalities, but you're trying to explain their personalities with things that they literally do not have. They don't have hormones. It just it makes no sense. On top of that, Uzi specifically being like kind of this angsty teen, it's like, am I supposed to like this? Am I supposed to like get behind her character? Because honestly, most of the episodes she felt very like how do I put this? She felt like a character that or a person, I guess you could say, comparatively, that I would not hang around with. Let's put it that way. Um, like she wasn't like a complete asshole or anything. Like she wasn't completely unlikable, but she wasn't someone that I would associate with. She came across as someone who was pretending to be angsty for the sake of attention, and honestly is kind of a dick a little bit. She's very selfish and needy at the same time, and just there's not much to her that makes her exceptionally fun to watch. N is just kind of a doofy best friend archetype. Like there's not really much of anything else to him. Like, yay. Honestly, the most interesting characters are the bad guys. V and J or whatever their names were. They were much more interesting and much more exciting to watch. Um, it's just it's weird in that way. The only thing I really agreed with Uzi on was at the end when she talks about how her father was a piece of shit. It's like, yeah, I agree with that. It's like he was an absolute piece of shit, for sure. Um, but other than that, it's just like, are we supposed to be rooting for this character? Because I don't get that. She doesn't come across as like that likable of a character that where you'd want to root for her. I don't understand. Um, on top of that, just the characters in general make way too many kind of like pop culture meme jokes that just end up not feeling natural at all. It feels like it feels like the epitome of that meme with Steve Buscemi. I don't know where the actual clip is from, but where he's like, "Hello, my fellow kids" or whatever. It's very much that kind of thing. It feels so unnatural. It feels so disingenuous. It's like when they're in the school and stuff, the one is like, haha, toxic masculinity and shit. And it's like, there's the entire joke about too much testosterone. It's like, you don't fucking have testosterone. And, uh, and again, even on top of that, it's just like, these jokes feel so like, haha, look at me, look how modern I am, rather than naturally input. Like, you can make these kinds of jokes and make them work. Hell, the first couple seasons of Harley Quinn made these kinds of jokes work. But here, they just feel so unnatural. So, like, just unbelievably forced. And it's just, like, ugh. It's like, that's not working. Um, and it kind of just goes for most of the humor in this. It's just not really that funny. But I guess let's talk about positives as well. Um, it's well animated. I mean, outside of those couple moments that were just a little slow, it's it's well animated. It looks good. The voice acting is fantastic. The soundtrack is great. You know, all the technical stuff basically, except the writing and, you know, humor and stuff. Um there's a lot about the designs that I really like. I like how expressive the characters are. Although it does lead to a little bit of an uncanny feeling with them. Just a little bit of uncanny valley there. Um, but I do like them being expressive still. There are a couple jokes that really do land, like the father having the magnetic mustache was like that's actually kind of funny. Not like laugh out loud funny, but you know, respectably funny. Um, and overall, there is some good ideas here that I just don't feel like were properly executed on, and maybe that's improved upon in the future episodes. Maybe that's improved upon and made better and everything, but I'm just gonna call it as I see it here. This pilot didn't impress me. In the Digital Circus one, I kind of compared that to where I would place it amongst the other pilots. Honestly, I would put Lackadaisy above this. And you guys know I wasn't the biggest fan of Lackadaisy. Has Been a Hotel is still the best. Digital Circus after that. Then you would probably have Lackadaisy, this, and Hell of a Boss. This is still better than the Hell of a Boss pilot. I still think that is terrible. Honestly. The Hell of a Boss pilot, I still am not a fan of. At all. But this really isn't that much better. The only thing that really does save it is, again, some of the concepts are actually pretty good. Um, I might check out the rest of this series with other people's reactions to it, but I am not going to be reacting to this. And I wouldn't be watching it just on my own either. It would definitely have to be with other people's reactions. Um, so yeah, it's like maybe it'll get better, but again, just the fact that I had to look up some things to clarify because it wasn't properly explained in the episode, even though it was trying to explain it, is really confusing to me. And again, it just wasn't even that entertaining, like overall. There really wasn't much of any entertainment value for me. For me, and I want to specify. Whenever I say this about a series, whenever I'm like this critical of something, it is just my opinion. It is completely subjective, my views. I'm not trying to tell you you can't like this. If you absolutely love this series, all the power to you. If you think this pilot was amazing, that is completely valid. That is completely your right to view it that way. It's all subjective and dependent on a person by person basis, basically. This one didn't work for me. It just didn't. It wasn't the worst thing I've seen, but it didn't work for me. So yeah, I do apologize. I'm sorry. This will probably gain at least a like or two, or a dislike or two, rather, for me, speaking bad about it. I want to kind of check something here, though. Okay, so this was created by Liam Vickers. Liam Vickers is the creator of Murder Drones. My mind blanked out there for a second. Murder Pilots. Glitch Productions is the producer, the production team. Let me check Digital Circus here. The Amazing Digital Circus. I'm trying to find the creator here. Gooseworks, that's what it was. So yeah, they have completely different creators and directors and everything. Basically, Glitch is just the channel, the production company that's, sponsoring it. They have different creators making different shows for them. It's like different creators making different shows for Cartoon Network or Disney Channel. It looks like, according to this, Amazing Digital Circus is both a US and Australian show. It kind of combines both of those. And yeah, Gooseworks is the creator. Who I found out, by the way, is trans. So that's fun. And is actually younger than me. She's like only 29, I believe. But comparatively, Murder Drones, again, was created by Liam Vickers. Who created, wrote, directed, all of that. It does look to be Australian as well, so I guess Glitch is just Australian, maybe. I would have to assume. But yeah, they have different, like, executive producers and everything, different people working on it. So Glitch is just the production company that's putting it out. That's all we really have to view it as. Glitch is not creating it, exactly. They're helping, sure, but it's made by separate people than Digital Circus or anything else they might have. What else might they have? Let me check. Actually, don't know. I'm curious to see what else might be on this site here. There's Amazing Digital Circus, Murder Drones. Looks like they have other trainers. Meta Runner. Okay, so they have something called Meta Runner. Sunset Paradise. It looks like that's it. Metarunner, Sunset Paradise, Murder Drones, and now Digital Circus. So obviously I haven't seen the other two. Maybe I'll check those out in the future as well. But there's a notable difference between my thoughts on this and Digital Circus. You guys know I actually really love Digital Circus, and actually since recording my initial thoughts, my initial reaction to the pilot, I actually have watched it many, many more times through other people's reactions and stuff, and I've actually come to love it even more. I actually love it a lot more than I did on my initial viewing. But yeah, comparatively, I couldn't get into Murder Drones. I tried, I gave it a shot, but yeah, maybe it'll get better. Like I said, I'll probably watch it with other people's reactions, check out to see like what it kind of experience it's like to see it that way as well. But for now, at least, it just doesn't seem like my thing. So we are not going to continue reacting to it. And I guess I'll technically be watching it on my own time, but just with others' reactions specifically. So I apologize. Maybe this is why it wasn't requested. Maybe this is why it wasn't chosen as a donation reward. Maybe you guys knew that it probably wouldn't be my cup of tea. Maybe you guys just know me so well. But in all seriousness, like I said, just my opinion. Don't take it as me trying to like force you to believe the same way as me. I don't want you to do that. It's just my opinion, just my thoughts. I actually desire for you to think on your own and have different opinions than me. So, and speaking of, tell me what you thought. Did you like Murder Drones? Did you dislike it? Were you kind of in the middle? Let me know your thoughts on at least the pilot of Murder Drones. Because if I am going to be watching more with these reactions, no spoilers, please. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you had some of the same issues or confusions as I did, or if it didn't bother you. Just let me know. And for now, thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.